Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my presentation. My name is Imtiaz Ahmed Mahim. My registration number is 2020731039. First year, second semester, Department of Business Administration, Shah Jalal University of Science and Technology, Sylhet. Today I will give presentation in two topics: bias-free language and EU attitude. What is biased language? We all carry some sort of bias, a prejudice toward or unfair characterization of people based on identity factors like gender orientation, age, race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, and disability. Biased language is communication contains words or phrases that are prejudiced, offensive, harmful, or hurtful. It includes words, phrases, and expressions that belittle or dismiss groups because of the identity factors. It can also convey the superiority or inferiority of a specific group. In short, the words we use can have questionable associations and implications for the audience. How to identify bias? If a verbal or written communication includes any of the following, it may be biased: unsupported claims, extreme or inappropriate language. For written text, there may be no clear author. Spoken communication may have a speaker with a poor reputation. So what is bias-free language? Bias-free language is speech or writing that attempts to include people of all ethnicities, gender identities, religious affiliations, abilities, and ages by communicating in a way that makes no assumptions about the receiver of such communication. An important part of communicating in a bias-free manner is by making sure you are engaging in a meaningful conversation using bias-free language. Bias-free language does not discriminate and therefore includes all readers in a fair and friendly manner. Using bias-free language helps communicators to build a good relationship with audience. Here are some examples of bias and bias-free alternatives. Manpower is a biased word. Instead of manpower, we can use workers or workforce. Old person, its unbiased alternative is older. Crazy is a biased word. Its unbiased alternative is person with mental illness. So how to avoid bias? Number one, avoid generalization. It means writers need to understand difference between fact and opinion and try to express things with different levels of certainty. Number two, provide evidence. When you say something, provide sources for your claim. Number three, be objective. Base your opinions on facts rather than personal feelings. Number four, describe people at appropriate levels of specificity. When you refer to a person or persons, choose words that are accurate, clear, and free from bias. Words that you need to be careful about using because their use may intentionally or not insult or offend some people. Now I will discuss about the second topic of my presentation, EU attitude. EU attitude is a style of writing that looks at things from reader's point of view, respects the reader's intelligence, protects the reader's ego, emphasizes what the reader wants to know. How do I create you attitude in my sentences? Talk about the reader, not yourself. Readers want to know how they benefit or are affected. When you provide information, you make your message more complete and more interesting. Refer to the reader's request or order specifically. Refer to reader's request, order, or policy specifically, not as a generic your order or your policy. Don't discuss feelings except to offer congratulations. In most business situations, your feelings are irrelevant and should be omitted. All the readers care about is the situation from his or her point of view. Avoid you in negative situations. To avoid blaming the reader, use an impersonal expression or a passive verb. Talk about the group to which the reader belongs, so readers don't feel they are singled out for bad news. Does you attitude basically mean using the word you? No, it doesn't. All messages should use you attitude, but the words to achieve it will change depending on the situation. In a positive message, focus on what the reader can do. Business readers generally really prefer messages that focus on what can be done. Good you attitude helps the readers to feel empowered. So that's all about my presentation. Thank you everyone. Assalamu alaikum.